The fight or flight system in the human mechanism is one of the most primitive and important response systems. The specific intelligence that the human body hosts is primarily for survival. To explain it further, survival here refers to saving our life. How it helped the early man was to fight a predator or run away from a predator in order to survive his human life. What happens in the human body while being on a fight or flight response is it creates two of the most powerful chemicals responsible for surviving a life threat by rushing excessive amount of blood from every important gland to the peripherals of the body. The two chemicals are cortisol and adrenaline. As these chemicals help us for survival in the short run, they are also very damaging to the human body on the long run. Cortisol and adrenaline metaphorically can be referred to a nitrous tank in a sport car. It might make you win that specific race, but will burn your engine down if you run your nitrous tank from home to work or going to the grocery store and back. Now let's talk about what happens to the human body while running on cortisol or adrenaline on prolonged intervals of time. It shuts down every healing mechanism or defense system we host internally, which is needed to preserve the body on the long run. It makes the human body non-alkaline and makes it a radar attracting every disease into our system. That is what makes us susceptible to every kind of flu, cancer, or heart attacks. In short, it is an experience where we feel intense amount of fear and stress and makes us experience bits and pieces of death every time this response system gets activated. For the early man, the predator was the wildlife, the tigers, lions, or the meat-eating animals, or the avalanches, storms, and natural calamities. But for the modern man, the meaning of predator has changed. For some of us, it is our boss at work. For some of us, it is our neighbor next door, or maybe even our spouse at home. And for some, the predator or threat is a burglar, a thief, or even a cop. Or if you're living in a war zone, the bombs, the soldiers, and the list can go on. Any of these external experiences are enough to put us into producing excessive amount of cortisol or adrenaline for extended periods of time and making our human intelligence turn against us and deteriorate our body to being prone to every disease possibly known to mankind. Now imagine the pandemic we are amid of. It sure is no batshit virus, but it's a predator someone created to make every other human look like a predator against you, ready to eat you and consume you with the deadly virus called COVID-19. It may take away your life any moment of any day, and this feeling of knowing your predator is hanging right out of your window or even in your own home puts our bodies in humongous amounts of fear and stress, in turn shutting down the defense and healing mechanism of our body, and invite every type of flu, cancer, or heart disease, or even death, and then label it COVID-19. I'm not putting this information or knowledge out to put you all in deeper stress or misery, but to enlighten you about a place beyond this fear called love and peace. A place where we become immune to this pandemic flu and survive like the survivors of every dark plague we as human race have been predated by. The question is, how do we become immune to fear and stress in this crisis? First, to go beyond the fear of death will be your stepping stone to surviving this pandemic. To knowing this body is mortal, but you are immortal, is where we start from. As rightly explained by every philosopher, saint, and sage, we all fear death like the end of human experience, and one day we die, and then realize there never was death. But we wake up laughing, knowing it was just a birth in another dimension, in another life. And this non-physical part of your life will never cease to exist. The second is a milestone to step on. and to realize and know that we are vibrational beings and we are bound with the laws of vibration, a law that is far more powerful than the law of gravity or relativity, and to understand that beyond our physicality, we are just waves and frequencies subconsciously vibrating at the energy of love and fear. If you consciously keep your vibration high, you become immune to every low vibrational experience. And in that high vibration of waves and frequencies, no pain and misery can exist or can ever get manifested. To conclude with an example, if there were 100 people running away from a psychotic man with a gun in his hand to just shoot with no intention of killing anybody in specific, and he takes a blind shot in the crowd, guess who takes the first shot? The one on a low vibration of misery and pain, the one who lived in fear of death or injury, will sadly be the victim and takes the shot. Wisdom seekers, I now invite you to decide, would you want to be a victim of getting infected by the virus by vibrating at a low energy field of fear, or would you want to be a warrior conquering the cold misery from the quantum level of your existence and craft a life you love?